Welcome everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a life and love transformational coach and founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have a very special guest, Sandra Fidelis, and she's a transformational coach. And today we're talking about why you keep attracting the same type of men, because I know sometimes that can be frustrating and it's like, why do I keep attracting these men? But Sandra's going to tell you the reasons why and how to turn this around. But before she does, Sandra, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you became a transformational coach.
Absolutely. And thanks for having me, Suzanne. So the reason, or actually what led me to become a transformational coach was that about 8 years ago, I decided that I wanted to leave my corporate job and go into coaching. And the first niche, if you will, or the first focus of my coaching business was love and relationship coaching, because I needed to heal some things inside myself as well when it came to love.
Isn't that how it always works, right?
It is. It is. It certainly is.
Okay, so can you tell us the reason why some women keep attracting the same type of man?
Well, there's actually a few reasons, three main reasons. And the first one is that they are playing out some sort of subconscious patterns that they usually don't have any idea are going on under the surface. And therefore, they keep attracting the same type of guy in a different body. And it's pretty frustrating, but the real reason is because there's certain things that you pick up throughout life, certain beliefs, certain, core beliefs that are limiting. And those core beliefs really shape your reality. Your beliefs basically shape your reality anyway. But when it comes to love, whatever you believe that you deserve or is possible for you or for anyone else is what is going to show up. So if the same type of guy is showing up, then the reason is because there's some stuff in there that really needs to be healed.
Okay, so I think that's like this aha moment for the women. They're like, wait, what? It's within me that I'm attracting these type of men? So, okay, so what's another reason why they may be attracting the same type of men?
The other reason is actually kind of similar to the first, our core beliefs. The second reason is that they haven't really chosen a different story, right? So I always say that, your story, what you feel, what you believe you can create, what you believe is possible in the world is how you create your life and your love life and your money, all of that. So the second reason is you, A, haven't identified what those core beliefs are, and two, you haven't chosen to experience something different. So once you identify, like, what is this core belief that I have about myself and relationships, then the second step is to really look at, like, what do I want to experience instead? So the second step is figuring out who I want to attract, the quality of relationship I want to attract, instead of trying to check off, superficial things such as how tall I want him to be, what do I want him, to look like. You're going to be attracted to the man that's right for you. That is just a given. But really, when you're searching for a relationship, you need to focus on the energy of the relationship. Like, what do you guys want to co-create together? So that's the second reason that this keeps showing up, is that you haven't really gone deep and defined on a deep level what it is that you want to experience in relationships.
I love that you said that, because it's so true. It's not about these superficial things and, going down this checklist. It's about something much deeper, right?
Yeah. And I know that, like, we did an interview a while ago where you were saying something. I think I interviewed you, and you were saying something like, I talk to a lot of women who want a guy who's 6 feet and over, And you have some things to say about that, right?
Yeah, it's, well, first of all, if a woman's 5'10" or 5'11", I get why she wants a man that's 6 feet and above, but if you're 5'2", you don't need a man that's 6 foot and above. And the problem with that is that you're limiting yourself, because I think, I haven't looked at the statistics lately, but when I looked back then, it was like something like 6% of the men are 6 feet and above in the United States. And so if you take 100 men, that means only 6 of them are over 6 feet. And then if you look at those 6 men, how many of those men actually have what you're looking for? Maybe 2. And then if you look at those 2, are you exactly what they're looking for? So it just becomes this thing where you're like narrowing your choices down to nothing. So it's something that's so superficial too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, at the end of the day, if you have if you're 5'2" and you're with a guy who's like, 5'10", whatever, like, you're not going to care about how tall he is if he can give you, the type of relationship, respect, love, and all the things you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so much more important as how a man treats you and how he makes you feel in the relationship than that he's super tall.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. So do you have any other tips on why a woman keeps attracting the same type of men?
I do. The third is that women continue doing the same thing, going to the same places, and, expecting to meet different types of people. So if you, have gone through step 1, which is identifying the core beliefs that aren't working anymore for you, and then step 2, which is to, really identify on a deep level, energetically, what you want to experience in this relationship, then you must do something different, which is step 3. You have to put yourself out there in a different way and in front of guys who are, the type of men that you actually want to get involved with.
Yeah, that's so true. And can I just add in my own tips?
Absolutely.
So what I always say to women is, if, some people will say to me, oh, he's my type. But then these relationships keep ending. And what I say to women is, sometimes what we think is our quote unquote our type really isn't our type. And that may not be the best type of man to be in a relationship with. It may be what I used to say, it's what I like to look at and admire, but it's not who I should actually be with in a relationship.
Yeah, and I know that, that's hard to hear, because for a lot of women, I think the issue is, oh, he's great, but I'm not attracted to him, right? So what happens is when you shift these subconscious beliefs, then you naturally become attracted to people who are more of your type on a deeper level. That's really what happens. And so, we've all been there. There's been a guy who's actually pretty good looking, but for some reason we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to be with him. He was too nice, So what that does, shifting your core beliefs, really allows you to feel more attraction towards healthier relationships.
Yep. And I love that you said on a deeper level. That is so important, because that's superficial stuff. It's not what's important.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Sandra, I know you have a free gift for the ladies. So can you share with the ladies what that free gift is?
Yes, absolutely. So throughout my time as a coach, I have spoken to hundreds of women, and I have identified 4 love archetypes that single women fall into that keep them single and frustrated. And I created a quiz to help you identify which archetype you fall into. So Suzanne's going to give you the link for that, but you can take the quiz. It's like a 2-3 minute quiz, and it will tell you what archetype you are, but it'll also give you some tips as to how to shift out of that archetype and into the relationship you want.
Awesome. So ladies, if you would like Sandra's free gift, you can click right here below the video, or if you're listening to the podcast, go to singleandstilettos.com and look for Sandra Fidelis' interview, and you can get her free gift too. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to see the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free gift, the Secrets About Men video series, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.